Mina was the older sister in a small coastal village. She was about 16 years old, with dark hair that reached her shoulders and bright, caring eyes. She was responsible, always looking out for her little brother, Ravi. Mina and Ravi lived in a small house near the sea, where their father, Avi, was a fisherman. Mina's mother, Sari, took care of the home and made sure everything was in order. Mina had grown up in the village, learning everything about the sea, the fish, and the fishing life. Her father, Avi, was proud of their way of life. He would often tell Mina, "Our family has been here for many years. We take care of the sea, and it takes care of us." One sunny afternoon, when Ravi was born, Mina's father called her to his side and made her a promise. "Mina," he said, looking serious, "you are the older sister now. It is your job to take care of Ravi. You must teach him our ways and protect him. He will learn from you." Mina nodded, feeling a weight in her heart. She loved her little brother, and she promised her father that she would always look out for him. From that day on, Mina watched over Ravi closely. Every evening, she would sit with him by the shore, telling him stories about the sea, the fish, and the history of their village. Ravi listened carefully, his eyes wide with excitement, as he dreamed of one day becoming a fisherman like their father. "You will be a great fisherman one day, Ravi," Mina would say, smiling at her little brother. "But you must be patient, and you must always remember the ways of our people." Ravi, though young, looked up to his sister. He believed every word she said. He wanted nothing more than to follow in his father's footsteps and live a simple life in their peaceful village. One day, a young man named Samir arrived in the village. He was tall, with neat clothes, and carried an air of confidence. Samir was from the city, a place far away from the quiet fishing village. He was different from everyone in the village, rich, educated, and ambitious. Samir had plans to change the village forever. He wanted to buy land near the beach and build a large hotel. His dream was to turn the small, peaceful town into a tourist attraction, filled with fancy shops and expensive resorts. The villagers were unsure of him at first, but Samir was charming. He spoke about the city with excitement, painting pictures of luxury and wealth. When Samir first saw Mina, he was struck by her beauty. Mina was not only beautiful on the outside, but her kind nature and warm smile made her stand out to Samir. He admired how she took care of her little brother and how strong she seemed in her role as the older sister. "You're the most beautiful girl I've ever seen," Samir said one day as he met her near the village market. Mina was surprised by his sudden compliment, but she simply smiled politely. "Thank you, but I am just a simple girl from this village," Mina replied, her tone respectful but firm. Samir didn't give up. He began to spend more time in the village, trying to talk to Mina. He told her about the grand life she could have in the city. Big houses, beautiful clothes, and endless excitement. Mina listened, but wasn't interested. She loved her life in the village and didn't want to leave. Despite Mina's refusals, Samir kept trying. He even began to talk to Ravi, giving him little gifts, candies, toys, and stories of adventures in the city. Ravi was curious, his young mind filled with thoughts of what life might be like beyond the village. One evening, as Mina sat by the sea with Ravi, Samir approached them again. "Why do you stay here, Mina?" Samir asked with a smile. "The city offers everything you could want: luxury, excitement, and adventure. You don't have to stay here forever. I can take you with me." Mina shook her head. "I don't want that, Samir. This is my home, and I am happy here." Samir was persistent, but Mina remained firm in her decision. As the days went by, Samir continued to speak to Ravi. The little boy was growing more and more interested in Samir's stories. He loved hearing about the big city, the tall buildings, and the exciting life Samir spoke of. Ravi's innocent heart dreamed of adventure and excitement beyond the peaceful village. One day, Samir gave Ravi a gift, a small map. "This is a map to the city," Samir said. "If you want, you can come with me. I will show you everything the city has to offer. It will be the greatest adventure of your life." Ravi was torn. On one hand, he loved his sister and wanted to follow the path she had shown him, learning about the sea and becoming a fisherman. But on the other hand, Samir's words were tempting. The thought of adventure, of seeing the world beyond the village, filled Ravi's imagination. That night, as the village fell quiet, Ravi made a decision. He would leave the village and go with Samir. He told himself it would only be for a short time, just to see the city, and then he would return to his family. Quietly, Ravi packed a small bag and slipped out of the house. He didn't tell Mina. In his heart, he felt a bit guilty, but the excitement of the unknown kept him going. The next morning, when Mina woke up, she found Ravi's bed empty. Her heart sank. She searched the house, calling his name, but there was no sign of him. Panic rose in her chest. She ran to their father, Avi. "Father, Ravi is gone," she cried. Avi's face hardened. "He must have gone off to the city. He's been listening to that young man too much." Mina was devastated. She had promised her father that she would protect Ravi, and now she had failed. She blamed herself for not seeing the danger sooner. "I have to find him," Mina said. determination in her voice. I have to bring him back. Her father looked at her with a mixture of concern and pride. Go, Mina. Bring him home safely. With a heavy heart, Mina packed a small bag and set off for the city. It was a long journey, but Mina would not stop. She knew she had to find Ravi and make sure he understood the value of their life in the village. When Mina finally arrived in the city, she was overwhelmed. It was noisy, crowded, and unlike anything she had ever seen. The buildings were tall and shiny, and the streets were filled with people from all over the world. Mina felt lost in the bustling city, unsure of where to go. She asked around, hoping to find Ravi, but no one seemed to know where he was. She spent several days searching, her heart growing heavier with each passing hour. Then, one afternoon, she found him. Ravi was sitting on a bench near a busy street, looking small and scared. When he saw Mina, his face lit up with relief. Mina, he cried, running to her. I'm sorry. I thought it would be fun, but it's not. I want to go home. Mina hugged her little brother tightly. It's okay, Ravi. I'm here now. Let's go home. Ravi looked up at his sister with tears in his eyes. I missed you, Mina. I want to go back to the village. I don't like it here. Mina smiled gently. We'll go home, Ravi. Everything will be okay. You don't need all the riches and luxury. What we have in the village is enough. Mina and Ravi returned to their village, the long journey behind them. They were tired, but they were happy to be home. The villagers welcomed them with open arms, relieved to see them safe. Samir, on the other hand, left the village in disappointment. His plans to turn the village into a modern resort had failed. The villagers had stayed true to their simple ways, and Mina and Ravi had shown that family and tradition were more important than any promise of luxury. As for Ravi, he learned an important lesson. The world outside the village might be full of exciting things, but there was no place like home. He was ready to follow in his father's footsteps, just like Mina had taught him. And so, life in the village returned to normal, peaceful, and simple. Mina and Ravi continued to grow up together, close as ever, knowing that their bond was unbreakable. Mina and Ravi had finally returned to the peaceful village they had always known, but the experience in the city had changed them. Ravi, now more thoughtful, realized that the city's fast pace and loud noise were not what he had imagined. The city had offered excitement, but it had also made him feel small and alone. Ravi sat by the sea one evening, watching the waves crash against the shore, deep in thought. Mina walked over to him and sat beside him. She had noticed the change in her brother. He was quieter now, more serious than before. "I'm sorry, Mina," Ravi said softly. "I should have listened to you. The city wasn't what I thought it would be." Mina smiled gently, placing a hand on his shoulder. "It's okay, Ravi. You didn't know. You were just curious. We all have dreams, but sometimes the best things are already right in front of us. Our village, our family. That's what truly matters." Ravi nodded, his eyes still fixed on the horizon. "I understand now. I don't need the city or the luxury. I have everything I need here." Mina's heart warmed at her brother's words. She had always known that the simple life they led, filled with love and family, was enough. But now, Ravi truly understood it too. Weeks passed, and life in the village slowly returned to its quiet, steady rhythm. Mina and Ravi worked alongside their father, learning the ways of the sea and the village life. But one day, a familiar face appeared at the village gate. It was Samir. Mina was sitting with Ravi by the water when she saw Samir walking toward them. His confident smile was gone, replaced by a tired, defeated look. He had come back, though not for the reasons Mina expected. "I've learned something, Mina," Samir said, his voice softer than before. "I was wrong. I thought I could change your village, but I can see now that it's perfect, just as it is. I'm sorry for everything." Mina looked at him, her expression serious, but not unkind. "It's too late for apologies, Samir," she said. "You tried to convince us to change our way of life for your own gain. But the village doesn't need to be changed. What we have here is enough." Samir hung his head. "I didn't understand that before. I thought wealth and power were everything, but I see now that what matters is family, tradition, and community. You were right." Mina could see the sincerity in his eyes. "You have a long way to go before you understand what it means to be part of a community. But it's not too late. You can start by learning the ways of the village, and maybe one day you'll see why we value it so much." Ravi, who had been listening quietly, spoke up. "I don't think you need to change the village, Samir. The way we live is good enough. It's what makes us happy." Samir nodded, smiling weakly. Maybe I can learn that. Maybe I can help in ways that don't involve changing everything." Mina gave him a small nod. "That's a good start. We all have something to learn, Samir." Samir left the village once more, but this time with a new understanding. He didn't try to buy the land or build his resort. Instead, he respected the peaceful ways of the village, realizing that not everything in life could be bought or changed. As the seasons changed, Mina, Ravi and their family continued their daily routines by the sea. Life in the village was not always easy, but it was steady. Meena and Ravi worked hard, learning from their father and mother, who taught them the values of hard work, respect, and love for one another. One afternoon, Avi took Ravi out on the fishing boat for the first time. Ravi's heart raced with excitement as he climbed aboard, watching his father prepare the nets. Meena stayed behind, helping her mother with chores. But she kept an eye on her brother, proud of the young boy who had grown up so much. As the boat sailed out into the open sea, Ravi felt a sense of peace he had never known before. The wind in his hair, the sound of the waves, and the feel of the boat beneath him reminded him of everything he had learned from his family. This was where he belonged, on the sea, alongside his father and sister, continuing the work of generations before him. Back on shore, Meena smiled as she saw the boat sail back. She knew that Ravi had found his place. He had learned that there was more to life than luxury or adventure. The love of family and the traditions of their village were what truly mattered. As time went on, Meena and Ravi continued to grow. Meena, now a young woman, helped her father with the fishing business, while Ravi learned the ropes and began to take on more responsibilities. The village was peaceful, and the family was closer than ever. One day, Avi sat down with Meena and Ravi. "I'm proud of both of you," he said, his voice full of emotion. "You've shown that you understand the importance of family and tradition. You are ready to carry on our way of life." Ravi grinned. "I've learned everything I need to know, Father. I'm ready to help and work alongside you." Meena smiled proudly at her little brother. "We'll always be together. The village, the sea, our family. It's all we need." Their mother, Sari, stood nearby, watching them with love in her eyes. "You've grown up so much, both of you," she said softly. "I'm so proud of you." And so, life in the village continued, simple and steady, just as it always had been. Meena and Ravi were no longer just children. They were the next generation, ready to carry on the traditions of their ancestors. And through it all, they knew that the most important thing was not what they owned or where they went, but who they were and the love they shared. Years later, Meena and Ravi would both grow into strong, respected members of the village. Meena, with her wisdom and care, became a guide to the younger generations, teaching them the lessons she had learned from her father. Ravi, now a young man, followed in his father's footsteps as a fisherman, working hard and passing on the knowledge he had gained from both his father and sister. The village remained the same, a quiet, peaceful place by the sea, where the people understood the value of family and tradition. And although the world outside was changing, the heart of the village stayed the same. Samir, too, had changed. He returned to the village from time to time, not as a businessman trying to change everything, but as someone who respected the way of life the villagers had fought to protect. He had learned that wealth and luxury were not everything. There was much more to life, things that could not be bought. As Mina and Ravi stood together on the shore one evening, watching the sunset, they knew that the village was their home, and nothing could ever take that away from them.